I design visitor experiences for theme parks, and I design user experiences with software and devices. Eden 2.0 is both. The visit and the user are the same, and the experience is multisensory. The experience should be done at night in a darkened room. Then the images and the audio and the scent are paramount. During the day, the entire system that Larry has used becomes visible, and that can distract if you're a historian of Macintoshes from the experience. The audio and the imagery, the text, and the scent, the olfactory feeling, the feeling that you get seated, surrounded by these chanting monitors with the Madonna. That's the strength. That's the center of Larry's piece. It's also just the surface, because there's a great deal below that. How Larry has come to this piece involves many years of his own work and his own thinking, and it's really a culmination, not a single unit of art. It was a pleasure to me to see it, because there's far, far too much art today that's just the surface, that's just an amalgam, an assemblage, without much thought either underneath it or behind it. And Eden 2.0 has a great deal underneath it and a great deal behind it. My experience, personally, comes from being raised Catholic. Very different than coming to it from a different religious tradition or no religious tradition. Being spiritual, whether or not there's a religion involved, is strongly evoked when the experience is happening around you. Part of that involves the same tools I use in theme park design: an acoustical surround, a sense of the space, and a sense of the group around you. The group in this case involves a great many entities that are not visible, that are present historically, present mentally, and maybe otherwise. Over time, the experience changes. The longer I was there, the more layers of feeling were evoked. I became more centered in the space, I became more centered in the experience. There's a great deal to it. The depth of history, both positive and negative, of Catholicism, and specifically religion in Mexico, start floating up. Meanwhile, the sea that they're floating in is Eastern chant, which for me is much more effective. The context this piece exists in is a history of technology-based performance art that in this case is recorded, but actually even being able to turn on the system. That's part of a performance. And there is illumination, natural illumination from candles involved in the piece. It ties to nature and to technology in a way that's much richer than most technology-based art I've ever seen.